My 5 biggest tips from wholesaling real estate over the last 21 years. Hey guys, it's Rick Ginn, and today's video is one that's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to share with you the 5 most valuable tips as a new wholesaler that you can take on now from my 21 years experience. And I really want you to hear me out because my goal is to save you guys a lot of pain and cut your learning curve like by 90%. So before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the best videos on wholesaling today. So I'm going to do 5, and honestly, I can't give one of these more importance over the other. So don't worry about the order that I say them in, but find the ones that gravitate most to you. And honestly, this is from 21 years of pure wholesaling. This is the gift of knowledge. And if you can take it and run with it, especially if you're brand new, you've never done a deal before, this is one you want to put right here in your heart, because I'm telling you, I've lived this one. I have the scars of a 20+ year wholesaler, and I want you to learn from my mistakes and my successes. So let's get into it. Number 1, and remember, there's no order here, but I'm just going to go through 5. You got to have belief in yourself. I got to tell you, the first probably 3 years of my wholesaling, I honestly really doubted myself. I felt like I didn't belong in it. I felt like it was strange. It was wildly awkward. I had a lot of rejection. I had a lot of fears, and it created a lot of doubt. And this doubt sunk deep into me. And it constantly made, well, maybe I need to go back to my old job. Maybe I do this. And what happened is I was getting wildly uncomfortable. And at the time, I didn't know that was the right place to be. And I'm here to tell you, if you're wildly uncomfortable when you start out wholesaling, you're doing it right. If you're too comfortable, you're absolutely doing it wrong. So the real question I always get is like, Rick, how do you stay strong in your belief in yourself? Because honestly, if you can't believe in yourself, no one else is going to do it for you. And I've learned this the hard way. I wish I had more belief when I started. Luckily, I stuck it out, but I'm going to give you a couple tips within this area to help with your own belief system. Number 1, start out with a belief. And a belief is a statement you make. I'm going to be a successful wholesaler so I can create financial freedom and freedom of time for my family and friends. Write it on your bathroom mirror, because you got to look at it every day. Something you can look at every day and it doesn't go away. It might be in your car, might be on your bathroom mirror, or heck, do both. Okay, don't tattoo it on your arm or anything. I don't need you to get that deep. It doesn't really help with that. Belief without conviction is like having a paper armored suit. And when someone shoots at you, arrows, everything's going to go through you, and it's going to make you question everything. Now that you have a belief, we have to put an armor of jacket around you. This is called your conviction. And your conviction simply goes like this. No matter what happens, I'm going to keep wholesaling no matter what. So it's like saying, if the bridge falls down, I'm getting to the other side of the river, even if I have to swim, take a boat, whatever means necessary. Meaning, I'm not going to let anything get in my way. And you have to truly believe it in your soul, and it's got to resonate through your entire nervous system. And if it doesn't, you do not have conviction. Conviction's what saves you when 95% of the world attacks you and says, wholesaling's, it's a scam, it's this, it's that. It's because they all want to be safe and comfortable. You want to get wildly uncomfortable so you become completely free financially and time-wise. And the only way you're going to do it by taking this uncomfortable action. So we have a belief. Most of you are very good with the belief. Most of you lack the conviction. You do not have a strong conviction saying, no matter what, I'm going to move forward. Nothing is going to stop me. And honestly, guys, if you can solve this part, wholesaling is amazing. Most wholesalers get taken out in the first 90 to 180 days because they lack conviction. Get your conviction. If you need more help doing it, go over to freewholesaling.com or jump on one of our lives. I'm happy to help you with it. Remember, you got to get your mind right to get in the wholesaler's mind to do the business correctly. You are doing what nobody else has the guts to do in this world, and you're going to be attacked. Belief, conviction, execute your wholesaling results. Next one. Those of you that know me, you know me well. You know exactly what I'm going to say here. Do you want to learn to be a marathon runner, or do you want to learn to be a sprinter? I'm here to tell you, wholesaling is a marathon. There's no other way to say it. You're going to have to go through a few seasons of hustle, especially in your first year or two. That's with any business. It doesn't matter what you start in. You're going to have to go out and convince people to use your services and gain knowledge so you can move up the ladder, do more deals, and get more successful. But in this business, for some reason, wholesaling has much more sprinters than they ever have marathoners. It's probably 90% sprinters, 10% marathoners. Sprinters are people that run real fast and they look really good doing it. Everything seems so perfect on the internet. I got followers, I got this, look at me, look at that. And the minute they have an obstacle, they stop, they sit under a shaded tree or they go in the air conditioning and they take a break. And they want to wait till ideal conditions are perfect to start wholesaling again. These are fake people. They're all over the internet. I'm not here to call them out. But if somebody has stopped in today's current market and they were like a big time influencer before, most likely they were a sprinter. Listen, a sprinter can convert to be a marathon runner anytime they want, but they got to have the mindset to do it. So please do not take the advice of a sprinter. A sprinter is someone who did wholesaling, they had some success, and then they go on and do other things, or they stopped wholesaling, but they want to tell you what to do. These people will never give you the guidance you need to become a true marathon wholesaler. A marathon runner, aka a wholesaler, does not look left or right to the person, see how far they're going. You can only compare yourself from within. Get 1% better every day. So if a marathoner runs a race and you see 10 sprinters fly by you, a marathon has a plan, they have a marketing budget, they have a marketing plan, and they know how to execute it, and they keep on it. Because if they do it, eventually all the sprinters will be sitting under that shaded tree and the marathon runner just keeps going. And guess what? They win. Marathon runners win. Here's the key ingredient. They never quit. They never wait for ideal market conditions. It's not going to happen. Listen, life is never perfectly ideal. Why do you think wholesaling is any different? So stop trying to run with sprinters. Sprinters have a good idea, and then somehow they lose the traction and they want to look good, and they become completely unauthentic and they just disappear one day. And like, you guys are wondering, where are all these people going? They're sprinters. If you really want to be successful in wholesaling, be a marathon runner, because marathons, people never quit. Now, full disclosure, I can't do a full marathon. I do a half marathon. 21 years, you know I am a marathon wholesaler. And I'm tired of watching people come in and out of this business like it's perfectly convenient. And the crazy thing is, they come in when the market's good and then they leave when the market's bad. That's not a wholesaler. That's a pure speculator, and you don't want anything to do with it. Be a marathon wholesaler. Don't be a sprinter, because if you truly want to win the race, meaning you want financial freedom and freedom of time with your friends and family, you got to be a marathon wholesaler. The next one, consistency is the one single key ingredient in marketing that makes a wholesaler win. It's not even a secret, guys. It's the truth. If you have consistent marketing effort and you always keep marketing and wholesaling, you can't fail in this business. Because the reality is, when you start out in wholesaling, you have to be a master marketer, because you don't have the other skill sets of negotiating and talking with sellers. So you have to make it up in quantity. Once you have quantity, through trial and tribulations, you learn how to talk to sellers, you learn how to talk to realtors, you learn how to talk to everybody, and you figure the game out. But those who stop marketing always struggle. It's like putting 4 gallons of gas in your car and then try to drive 200 miles. Now, unless you have some sort of crazy crossover car, that hybrid that can do that, you're going to run out of gas. And then you wait. Most wholesalers wait till they run out of gas, which is their marketing. And then they go get a gas tank, they put another 3 or 4 gallons, and they run, and they get a few leads, and they get excited, and they start working on it. Guys, listen, I'm here to tell you, as wholesaling, your main business is a marketing expert. But here's the key. I'd rather have someone had consistent marketing over someone told me they're a marketing expert and they do it sporadically. Consistency rules in wholesaling. When you are working on 4 or 5 deals, you need to market harder. Why? Because when you finish those 4 or 5 deals, you need 4 or 5 more deals to come back to. Don't do 4 or 5 deals, get them all closed and everything, and then start over, because on average, it's a 90 to 120 day cycle to get more business back, and you're gonna have a long gap without any type of income, and it's gonna screw up your cash flow. Consistent marketing is the key to any great wholesaling operation. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. If you do not have this, you will not survive in wholesaling. Become extremely consistent. If you think you're too busy for it, bring on some part-time help, get a VA, get an assistant, whatever you need to do, but you have to keep marketing. Don't ever stop. The next one, number 4, authenticity. I don't know what happened in wholesaling and why nobody does it, and it ticks me off. You've got to be yourself. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop trying to emulate your favorite wholesaler or whatever. I don't even want you to emulate me. Here's how I want you to emulate me and Zach. Be your true self. God gave you some crazy gift. They give it to everybody, and he gave it to you for a reason. So what you do with that is you can easily transpose that into your wholesaling business. So if you're really funny, you make people laugh. Laugh is a great remedy to get people to break the ice, feel comfortable with you, and build amazing rapport and conversations. If you're really empathetic, it works great with probates or people that are having problems with their property because they feel like you really care for them. If you're really good with numbers and you have a photographic memory, you can do people's names out of the hair like Zach can. I can't do it. It's a gift, and you get people's attention by using their name. I don't care what you have. I promise you, you have one in here, or you wouldn't be on this earth. So use it. Stop trying to emulate other people. It makes no sense. We don't need a thousand robots doing the exact same things. You have to separate yourself. How do you separate yourself? Just be authentic. Fakeness is over. Nobody wants to hear it. Everybody knows when you're fake. And if people know you're fake on the internet, anywhere else, what do you think your sellers are going to think? Sellers are looking for you to look them in the eye and truly help them out. And that's what I want you to do with this. Be yourself, be authentic, because it's how you become comfortable in your skin. Remember, I'm asking you to be uncomfortable in the business, but I need you to be comfortable within your skin. Don't try to be someone else because it becomes off as fake, and fake does not build great rapport. And I'm here to tell you, you guys see a lot of fakeness out there in the world. Don't be one of them. Be the game changer that creates an authentic relationship with people. It will get you much further. Fakeness will get you there, but rarely is it going to get you to the finish line. Be authentic. Remember, fakeness is a sprinter in disguise of a marathoner. If you understand that, be authentic. And the last one is for you to truly become the person you need to be as a wholesaler and do what 95% of the world is scared to death to do. You're basically gonna have to become a new you. And the reality is, and this is definitely my story, is the old version of me was not capable of doing what I do as a wholesaler. So I worked in corporate world. I was trained differently. I reacted to things differently, and honestly, I was really immature when I did it. Where I struggled in my first 2 years of wholesaling is I used my old goggles, my old self, my old personality, and I did the mechanics of wholesaling, but I didn't truly understand that I had to kill that old version of myself to operate in this new realm of wholesaling. Because if I got uncomfortable or scared, I either emotionally reacted to people or I stopped doing it or I did something that made me really comfortable. As a wholesaler, you actually have to do the opposite. You don't react to people and you actually help them out further. And you become even more uncomfortable and you're gonna sweat. Your armpits are gonna be stained. And I remember meeting sellers sometimes, I was just covered in sweat and it wasn't hot out. It was actually a cool winter. It was because I was wildly uncomfortable and my old self was trying to come through. Listen, you can't change your personality overnight, but if you're not happy with it, and it's gotten you results that have not yielded what you want, you're not satisfied with your relationships, your financial situation, or freedom of your time, and you've chose wholesaling, you're going to have to kill that old version of yourself. It doesn't mean you lose your friends or your family or anything like that. And to be honest with you, you've got to step up to the game. You're going to have to surround yourself with people that will strive and tell you you can do it and let you know that you are not just a paycheck. You have the ability to earn unlimited income. And how are you going to do that? You're going to have to kill the old version of yourself and learn every day you become the best version of you today. And you recognize, hey, this is where I came from. This is how I used to do it. I actually make fun of yourself, but you can't use that old goggles, your old eyesight in this new body. Listen, your friends are going to change. It's not a bad thing. It's actually going to help you grow as a person. Your relationships are going to come stronger. Your bank account's going to prosper and grow to numbers like you can't even imagine. Get it to like a phone number digit and your life's going to change for the better. But so many of you have this self-sabotaging thing built into you. It's your old subconscious trying to bring you back like, hey, I'm comfortable here. Human beings want the known. Going into wholesaling and trying to radically change your life is going into the unknown, and you have to embrace it. So I want you to accept this fact because I didn't accept it in my first 2 years. And honestly, if I had a video just like this, I probably would have embraced wholesaling completely different. Please learn from me. Actually, take all 5 of these tips and let me know in the comments which one resonates the most with you, because these are wholesaling scars I have worn all over my sleeves. They're everywhere, and some good, some ugly, some really bad. But the key is you can learn from other people's knowledge. If I could give you these gifts of these 5 tips, and you can use them and you just started out wholesaling, or maybe you're in your first year or two of business, like, you know what, I get it. Exactly what Rick's saying. It is true. It's not the easiest thing to do, but if you'll employ these tips, I promise you'll wind up being a marathon wholesaler. You'll leave every other sprinter in the dust and you'll become the absolute best version of yourself. And here's the really cool thing, it gets better all the way through the end of your life. And that's what I truly want for you. That's what wholesaling has done for me. That's what I wanted to do for you. Let me know in the comments which one you're going to use. And as usual, if you got value from this video, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe notification button. This is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video.